Hey everyone, this is Paul from Bots FC, and welcome to part 3 of the Shatter rebuild series for Battlebots 2020. Last week we did a deep dive into some of the reasons we switched to using a billet aluminum frame and walked through some of the major design changes in CAD space. This week we'll be taking a closer look at the actual parts after they've been manufactured and sent to our workshop in Brooklyn. You may be wondering how we get parts this huge shipped from our sponsor Prismier, who's based out of Illinois, to our workshop in Brooklyn. You can't just ship parts this big with standard shipping services. They have to be shipped via freight on a pallet with a coordinated delivery. Prismier knew how important it was for us to maintain our tight timeline, so they made sure to ship all these parts as quickly as possible. Prismier has made for us not only the billet frame, but brand new rails that hold up our hammer assembly, as well as some brackets that get mounted on the front of the robot that we'll use to mount different attachments to give us an extra edge on modularity depending on what opponent that we're facing. They've also made some other parts for us that will be hiding some secret components. Ordering the parts from Prismier was super easy, as shown in our first video, and they sent us pictures and photos along the way to show progress. So we're super excited to get these parts in-house and see what they look like. The parts were packaged super well to make sure they didn't get damaged during shipping. It took a minute to open up, so let's speed this up a bit. As you can see, these parts are absolutely stunning. Prismier did a great job getting us high quality parts that we're so excited to use to put Shatter together. The next step is making sure that everything fits together, so let's get assembling. In the previous video, we talked about the benefits of having a billet frame, and as you can see, the bot is much easier and quicker to put together, not to mention all the weight that we're saving by not having as many bolts. Our previous frame had a lot of holes in the base, which made some components more vulnerable to being damaged. In particular, our weapon chains actually hung below the base of the robot, and since they were exposed during our fight against Minotaur, they were able to get underneath us and rip one of the weapon chains off, which is why the hammer was firing slower and slower over the course of that fight. The brackets machined into the billet, which elevate the weapon motors, raise the sprockets enough to prevent the chain from sticking out of the base plate, allowing us to cover the chain completely so that doesn't happen again. Aluminum is also lighter than titanium, allowing us to eliminate all of the other holes and create a solid base that's much less vulnerable to weapons, hazards, and flames. The billet allows us to easily place threaded holes, which we can use to connect modular components to the front of the bot, which can be changed depending on the opponent that we're facing. We are super excited to put this new and improved version of Shatter in the ring. We do have a couple more tricks up our sleeves, so tune into the next video to see more of our preparation and improvements for the 2020 season. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions about Shatter that we can address in a future video. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bots FC and Shatter are brought to you by Prismier, TMS Titanium, and MaxAmp batteries, and viewers like you.